Getting back to what you do well, is that something that this team definitely needs to do, and let's see if they can come out. Toro Dean with the ball, dribbling up top the circle. Ball in the hands now, of course, of Mosley, swinging it back around to number 44, Sharif Knox, getting the start, and they're going to call Knox for a travel there at the top.
Mosley came off of a 25-point game on Thursday night against.
Yeah, all in the second half. I mean, he just went off in the second half of that game. Didn't get anything in the first, but he did something in the second.
25 in the second.
Exactly. All right, the ball in the hands now, dribbling around is Amari Brown. The ball's going to get deflected out of bounds. Taki Chivius was also in the area.
They're going to call Sharif Knox for a foul. First personal.
So one foul we have early in this contest, 19:31. We're barely into the first half of this game. So lining up, here we go. Inbounding the ball from underneath the goal. Ball in the hand and letting it fly is Joe Greaves.
Rebound Mosley.
So Mosley coming up with the rebound. Ball across the timeline now. Toro Dean getting the ball down low, of course, to Tovar. Tovar turns and fires over the top. Shooting over the big man down there, shooting over Sherlock Padmore.
Yeah, he actually took one dribble, pivot across the middle of the lane, jump hook, real nice and easy.
Yeah, Kareem would have been happy on that one. Working the ball up top, nearly stolen there by Brown. Causes a scramble at the top. Ball in the left wing. Back up top. Finding some space in the lane, driving down Main Street. Tovar affected it. And, of course, Cortez Mosley ends up picking up the change.
Great team D by the Lions.
Dean over to the left wing. Brown fires a three, wide open. Shot no good. Sharif Knox coming up. Oh, this ball's going to be knocked out of bounds. It will be Aggie ball. All right.
A little bit of a different lineup for the Langston Lions in that DeMonte Brown gets to start, but this is a combination that has been very, very productive for the Lions all season long.
Toro Dean covering at the top here against Brown. Brown driving down, being turned away by the defense. Nice job. Chivius into the lane, kicks it back out for a three-point shot to Vyson Miller, and Miller shoots the three and scores the ball there and puts the Aggies up by one.
Yeah, that was a good look by Miller. He was able to pull the ball nicely, got it in rotation. 3-2.
Mosley at the top, hands off to Dean. Brown looking for some space to operate, kicks it over to Tez. Tez wheeling and dealing at the top. Pass to the right wing, driving inside goes Dean. Dean drops it down to Tovar. Tovar draws contact. He's going to go to the free throw line, Gary.
Yeah, he got himself a little bit too deep underneath the basket, but the good thing is that whenever you get paint touches, it puts you in a position to where you can at least draw a foul and get a second chance opportunity at the free throw line.
So getting to the free throw line, the Lions have been awesome at that all season long, 75%. They were a little slow at first in the first half of the game against Wayland, but then picked it up in the second half of the game.
Yeah, that's a vital part of their success. Now what they have to do is make these free throws.
Tovar knocks down or misses the first one. Still down by one, 17:39 to go.
Got some substitutions. Majox just put into the game, transfer from San Jose State.
So Kuth is in there. Majak Kuth, so everybody knows where we get that from. Tovar off the back rim of that one. Ball's going to get knocked out of bounds, but it will be Langston basketball.
You know, I like saying Majak's name so much I don't call him by his last name. I just call him Majak. I just like saying it, Majak.
17:39 to go. Langston to inbound the ball from underneath their own goal.
He's 6'7" forward. Another one of the seniors who's celebrating senior night tonight.
Yeah, from Salt Lake City, Utah.
Mm-hmm.
And again, looks like the officials are coordinating something at the scorer's table here. Or they're trying to make sure the substitution was checked in.
Okay.
That's what it looks like. Okay, we're back to live action now. Ball in, and
Mosley.
Cortez gets one in early on this one.
Nice alley-oop to Cortez Mosley on the inbound.
Ball across the timeline now. Ball downstream.
Up.
Trying to go down the street, and we got a charge. Now, going to get the moisture off the floor here before the action continues. But, Gary, that was something that you and Swick had to deal with a little bit.
Whoa. They actually called foul on Mosley. No?
Okay, wait. Okay, so the foul is going to be team foul number 2 against Langston.
Wow, they call that foul on Mosley.
Working the ball around. Back up top. Ball near the logo now.
Sorry, he didn't call it on Mosley. He called it on Torudin.
Okay, Brown has the ball. Now firing up is Miller. Miller fires a 3. This time, careens around and ends up in the hands of DeMonte Brown. Brown gets it over to Dean. Dean setting the offense. Screen at the top. Dean wheels and deals. Finds Tovar on the box. On the block. Tovar goes in and they're going to call him.
They called him for the hook.
Yeah, now that was something that was really identified in the first game, especially the first half of the game, first and second quarter of the girls' game. That arm. Can you describe a little bit, Gary, and paint that for what folks are seeing on TV right now on PPBC TV? That hook.
Yeah.
Why is it different? Because sometimes the athletes aren't, but if you put the arm around, some of the officials are calling it a little early.
Yeah, it's almost like an offensive hold, right? You get the opportunity to move a defender out of position with the offhand as you're trying to make your way around them, basically pinning them and not enable the defender to step as you step. So, they're kind of, blocked by Tovar.
Tovar affected the first one, but they were able to get the putback back in. And Coach Wright not happy about the position because it takes players to be in the right spot. He doesn't mind the athleticism, but he got lucky, I guess he's saying, on the block, just looking at how Coach Wright's reacting to that during the timeout.
Yeah, he doesn't like that. He's a stickler on defense. He demands it.
16:31 to go. And early in this contest right now, the teams are adjusting to how the game is going to be called by the officials. Langston right now has been able to get the ball basically anywhere they want on the floor. They just haven't been able to score the basketball right now. Substitution, senior Paul Turner is in the game now. And they're going to call another offensive foul, another chicken wing.
Yeah.
So that's team foul number 4. I didn't see who they called it on. Okay, not getting who's getting the foul call.
I don't know.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it is.
So the ball's going the other way now. Foul called against number 10, and that is going to be called against Chevius. So both teams are having to adjust. My main thing is if you're going to have a problem with the call, what I want and everybody wants is just call it consistently on both sides.
Yeah.
If it's a bad call both ways.
Right.
Or if you disagree with it. So they took a foul off the board for Langston. So 3 team fouls for the Lions, 2 team fouls for Panhandle. Inside goes Cortez. He drops it, and Kuth scores the ball. Majak.
Baseline, baby, jump hook by Majak.
Getting his first basket of the afternoon. 15:55 to go in the first. First 10 minutes of the game, both teams are still trying to figure some things out. In the first 5 minutes. On the other end,
Mosley. Good defensive play by Mosley.
Chevius misses the shot. Mosley gets the rebound, and here we go.
Yeah, I thought he had a good open look there.
Tez ball fakes. Tez drives down into the lane and is going to drive into contact and is going to draw a foul there. Head coach, if I did not mention it for Panhandle, is Charles Belt, and of course Chris Wright is the head coach of the Lions. So on the floor for the Lions right now, Kuth, Cortez Mosley, Majak Kuth, Cortez Mosley. That looks like DeMonte Brown right there.
Yes.
And then we have Paul Turner and Toro Dean on the floor. Substitution. So Turner's out. Charles Gother is in the game. The freshman from Marietta, Georgia. Second shot does not fall for Cortez. Working the ball around, driving to the baseline. Going to swing it back out. It's going to be stolen by Toro Dean. Dean hits the Jets.
He got numbers.
3-on-2. And the freshman can't finish.
Good rebound.
Rebound, put back attempt. Can't get it to fall.
Ball went to the top of the backboard.
So they're going to call it over the top, turnover.
Yeah. Anthony Wright's checking into the game. Observation. We have not seen
Anthony Roy
or Ronald Mitchell. And I think they might be doing a little bit of time for violation of
offensive foul again. Yeah. Again, that time the offensive foul is being called against Sherlock Padmore.
Yep. Yeah, I think they're, like I said, I was talking about Roy and Mitchell. I think they're sitting down a little bit because they are having some problems being on time.
Going to work now. Bounce pass inside to Kuth. Kuth ball fakes it out to Rodine. Wide open three from the top. Dean misses. Rebound pulled down that time by Padmore for the Aggies. From the left wing. Dribbling it out into the lane. Goes with the runner. Shot by Greaves. So they're going to call the foul against number 20 there, Charles Gother. So Sharif Knox returns to the game for Gother. Toro Dean comes out. Cortez Mosley returns. So you have Michael Wright, Cortez Mosley, DeMonte Brown, and Majok on the floor right now. Lions up 7-5 here on a quick little burst. Going to work now. Up top, Brown being covered by Cortez.
Loose ball.
Pressure, almost loses it. Sharif Knox almost comes up with a steal. Bounce pass to the inside. Back out. Chevius fires a three, and he knocks it down.
Good defense right there, but again, Panhandle State did a good job of executing. Chevius on the shot.
Cortez setting up the offense as Aggies back on top by one. Trying to draw a screen by Kuth. He does. Mosley spins inside. Contact. This time no foul call. No benefit of the whistle. Across the timeline now goes Amari Brown. Brown swings it. Ball nearly stolen. Ball under control now by Anthony. Back to Brown. Still covered by Knox. Brown drives. And then he tries to hammer it down. Shot no good. Cortez Mosley comes up with the rebound. Tez over to Knox. Knox steps into a three. Back rim's no good. Brown with the rebound. Brown goes to the rim.
No
strong,
foul.
but no call. Physical inside, and then finally Michael Wright's going to get called with the foul there.
Yeah, I think the whistle was a little late on that one. How they missed the first one. But then they called the second one was beyond me. Torudine and Trovar checks into the game for DeMonte Brown and Sharif Knox.
You know, it's always tough when you got a point blank, you know, and it gets to see DeMonte Brown, you know, trail back and not just give up on the play to get the rebound, but not get the benefit of the reward of getting that shot. That kind of stinks, but I love the effort from the young man.
Right.
All right, back to work now. Ball in the hands, going to swing it. Majok on Kuth with the steal. Now Toro Dean.
He got numbers.
And Toro Dean sells
it.
He sells it. Anthony Brown, and he bought it.
Man, that was silky smooth. That
9-8.
That would look like something Magic Johnson would have done.
You tried not to sell it and take it away, but you did in that case. Kuth now covering up top against Chevius. On the right wing up top. Ball to the corner. Ball knocked loose by Cortez. Mosley on that play. Then firing up a deep shot. No good. Rebound Toro Dean. Here come the Lions. Going back to work. Bounce pass inside to Tovar. Tovar on the box. Dribbles inside. Turns. Spins with the hook shot. Shot no good. Michael Wright almost chases it down. Ball ends up in the hands of Kwesi Anthony for the Aggies. Across the timeline goes Amari Brown. Ball standing on the logo. Just over 12 minutes to go in the first half. Bounce pass to the inside on the left wing. Shot by Chevius. No good. Rebound by Tovar. Tovar gets the ball back in the hands of Toro Dean. Dean going to work. Bounce pass inside to Mosley. Mosley is just effective on the outside as he is on the inside. Turns and spins and draws the contact. Going to be another foul on Joe Greaves right now. Will be team foul number 5. And it will put Cortez Mosley to the free throw line.
That was actually a really good move in the low post by Mosley. Such a versatile player. He started the game out at the point guard position, and then now he rotates and he plays the 2, 3, and 4. And I've even seen last year where he was even asked to defend in the low post, in which, again, as the defensive player of the year last year, it only makes sense that this is a guy who has a versatile game.
Ethan Wiley is checked in the game, as well as number 24, Boston Douglas, have come in for the Aggies, and it looks like there's one more gentleman out there. Looks like that's Caleb Stevens out there for the Aggies in substitutions. So
11-8.
11-8 is the score right now. And here come the Aggies. Lions up by 3, 11:27 to go. They swing the ball to the left wing. Ball fake. Back up top. Amari Brown, step back 3. Draws iron, nothing
Rebound
doing
Mosley.
there. Mosley gets it back in the hands of Toro Dini. Took his time on that one. Lions did not have numbers on that. Ball in the left wing. Kicks it to the corner. Michael Wright for 3. Shot no good. Rebound pulled down there by Ethan Wiley. Amari Brown trying to cook from the outside. Into the lane, swings it to the corner. Amari Brown fires a 3, rims, no good. Rebound Toro Dean. Swings it back to Cortez on the left wing. Tovar on the box. Drives inside. And drives inside. Power game. Couldn't get it to fall.
He got pushed underneath the basket. Didn't get the call. Got to be frustrating.
And it looks like we got a timeout being called on the floor here. Today's game sponsored by Tinker Federal Credit Union. Looking for an easy, speedy tax return? TFCU members can help you save up to 20% off federal products when you file with TurboTax. That's Tinker Federal Credit Union. Maurice Prince and Gary Woods on the call here. Tournament play, whether it's Sooner Athletic Conference tournament play or NAIA, there are going to be stretches where you still have to adjust your game.
Yeah, you definitely have to adjust your game because you never know what might happen where a player may not be available, whether it be an injury or whether it be foul trouble or whatever. So this is actually a good thing. And Langston's able to get players out there, giving them more game experience and repetitions. So, they just need to learn how to adjust.
Deep three-point shot. He called glass. Amari Brown drains it on the left wing and ties the game up at 11.
Yeah, that was a prayer. I don't think he called it, but it went in.
It's a little bit, early for Sunday morning. But let's go into work. 9:42 to go. Both teams have 5 team fouls apiece. Toro Dean draws the screen, then fires up a jump shot short. But Jock Kuth gets the rebound for the Lions, and then he forces a shot up. He can't get it to fall. Everybody's underneath the goal. Cortez ball fakes, drives into the lane, and tries to finish with a nice push shot. And he does. 13-11.
Cortez Mosley is so good around the basket because he has such great leaping ability, and he's quick. And he's 6'5". That's the other thing.
So as it stands right now, ball nearly knocked loose. And Turner ends up with it. Brown ends up with the ball, and then he goes to the basket. It's going to be blocked. Flying out of nowhere and sending it back was Caleb Stevens with good hustle for the Aggies to keep them right there. That was going to be a momentum-building dunk.
Yeah, it was. And, of course, you never give up on plays like that, and that's exactly what happened.
Amari Brown got it. Now, Brown was trying to, as they say, charge up to drop the hammer.
He was going to give a tomahawk.
He was, but right there, again, he wasn't paying attention to who was coming down to trail him. With Kuth right there, it would have been, he could have dumped it off as well. He could have. On the other end, Cortez misses the 3, follows in his own shot, and then puts it off the glass for 2.
Yeah, nice reverse layup. He shot the 3 ball, followed his shot. That's why it's so important to always follow your shot. That ball comes right back to you. And then he converted it. Oh, turnover.
Ball's going to get knocked off the hands there of Caleb Stevens. Stevens with a tremendous block. And for him to be 6'1", and I hate saying that that's small, considering that I don't know what it's like to be 6 foot. But he really climbed the ladder to knock that ball from Demonte Brown.
This is college basketball. Everybody out here is on scholarship. These guys have measurements like you wouldn't believe. Their measurables in terms of their leaping ability and vertical is oftentimes off the charts.
Going to work. Ball now above the circle to Turner. Now down on the block to Brown. Brown dribbles inside, turns into the lane, tries to finish with the left hand, can't get it, gets his own rebound up high. Should be a jump ball situation. And everything's all right. It's just the players playing through to the whistle. That's what you're supposed to do.
That's exactly what they're supposed to do.
There's a lot of oohs and ahs, but for you and me, Gary, that's what I call, just because you got it don't mean that it's not mine.
Right. No, that's right. Both hands on the ball. Someone needs to take it away, and that's what you want to do. You want to take that ball away, or you want to maintain possession of it. You don't just hold it there until the whistle blows.
No. Because if I think it's mine, whether the official made the call or not, I'm going to tell you whose it is.
That's right.
All right, bounce pass to the inside.
Kuth
with a block. Kuth gets two affected, blocked one, affected the second one. Rebound pulled down to Dean.
Great defense by Majak.
Dean across the timeline now, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Ball on the left wing. Turner swings it. Dean draws the screen, and they're going to call an offensive foul there against Majak Kuth.
Yeah, he just was not set. You want to get close and stand still.
But you got to count it.
Yep,
you got to count it, like a 1, 2, and then you can move.
Yep.
But if you get that quick one, then you got an official sitting on that call.
Right.
They're just waiting on it. All right, Caleb Stevens across the timeline now.
Turnover.
Again, low pass. The Aggie players are talking about it. Boston Douglas says, hey, man, how about chest high?
Right, at least waist high.
Douglas doesn't understand why he didn't catch the ball and he has to come out the game. But that's only because Joe Greaves is coming back.
Okay.
15-11 to go, 7-11 in the first half. Across the timeline goes Dean. Ball in the hands of Tovar, who gives it back to Brown. Brown showing his skills as he wheels and deals to the lane.
Beautiful
was that a Euro?
That was.
It was right to left and in.
That's what made it so nice, is that it was the opposite of what we're used to seeing. He went right to left.
17-11. Lions up by 6:42 to go. They're going to fire the ball into the corner, unleashing a shot by Miller, and Miller drains the three. That's Bison Miller. The freshman from Lubbock, Texas, knocks that shot down for the Aggies. Lions up by 3, trying to extend this home winning streak to 30 games. Turner has the ball now. Hands back to Dean. Dean drawing contact, going to swing the ball back outside. Brown, step back 3, and he cashes that check. 20-14.
Great
6
shot.
minutes to go.
Demonte Brown doing his James Harden impression with the step back 3 ball.
Hey, ever since his shot got blocked, Brown's been on another level. So Amari Brown drawing contention from Toro Dean. Tovar runs him off the screen. He's going to swing the ball and let fly a 3 on the other end, and knocking it down goes Taki Chivius. So Chivius knocks it down, pulls him within 3.
Panhandle State's doing a good job with ball rotation.
And again, for teams that are struggling, when we start talking about teams looking for positive things, remember this Panhandle State team came into this week 2 of 16 in conference play. And so they're 4-18 overall.
Right.
So you're telling me that they don't want, this couldn't be a win? A big-time win for them? I mean, you're talking, in other words, everybody needs to understand. You said it earlier, Gary. As both teams now officially have 6 fouls apiece. So now Toro Dean shooting 2 at the line. But when you step in here, you step into the den, you step into Marcus Haynes' court, that you're going to get other teams are going to bring it here because not too many people have won here.
Right.
And if you want to make the win of your season, man, we might have struggled all year long.
but we beat Langston.
And we ended the streak.
Right.
You know, Dean misses that one.
This is a record-setting team, a national record-setting team. So everyone wants a piece of the action if they can knock off the Langston Lions.
You said everyone.
Everybody.
Okay. So when you're looking at this right now, Langston is 8 of 22 shooting field goals right now. Dean just knocks down the free throw.
21-17.
And as for free throw shooting, Langston's off to a 3-8 start in that department.
Wow.
So you know I have that line, Gary. I have to use it. Free throws are only free
if you make them.
If not, and the ball's going to get knocked loose, and they're going to call a foul as Sherlock Padmore was charging up to put one down. Both teams are in the bonus now. So third personal foul, I do believe, for Tovar.
Yeah, that Tovar picked up. Yeah, he picked up his third personal because the defense was slow in rotation. Left players exposed, left players uncovered.
Padmore misses the first of 2 free throws. So Anthony Roy gets his first action of the afternoon as Toro Dean comes out.
Ron Mitchell also checks into the game.
So Ronald Mitchell standing, he's actually on the free throw line, not on the free throw line, but lining up to get the rebound. So Tovar gets the pulls down, takes the ball out, I should say. 21-18, 5:03 to go. Ronald Mitchell gets it over to Anthony Roy. Roy back to Kuth. Swings it to Cortez. Mitchell now has it on the logo. Swings it. Anthony Roy wants to fire. Gets it over to Mitchell. Now the ball in the hands of Tez. Tez kicks it to the corner. Ronald Mitchell fires a 3 and drains it. Way to go, senior.
Did you see that ball rotation? The way they were really patient, waiting for the good look. 24-18 Lions.
So to work it goes. Ball in the hands now of Amari Brown, picked up by Tovar. Tovar
just picked up his 4th foul.
We'll see if we're right here. So, okay, his second personal foul.
Okay.
But nonetheless, he fouled Amari Brown shooting a 3. So Brown will get 3 shots. So the first shot by Amari Brown careens off the goal. He'll get one more. So, one more shot coming his way. Free throw hasn't been too nice to him here. Shot goes up, and he misses. He missed all 3.
Wow.
4:14 to go.
That's the guy you want to foul.
So now, ball up top. Ronald Mitchell, who has a 3 in a pocket of his own, fires it to the corner. Kuth drives inside. Kuth finishes.
The baby hook.
The baby hook rolled into the lane. Puts the Lions up by 8. 3:50 to go. So now going to work. Ball in the hands now. Firing it down low. Greaves turns and fires up a prayer. Nothing going there. Anthony Roy with the rebound. Go Green Shoes as he kicks it to the corner. Ronald Mitchell fires a 3. Shot no good. Tovar back taps it. Not able to corral it. Here come the Aggies. Ball in the hands of Vice and Miller. Miller goes to the corner, drifts to the corner for a 3. He can't get it to fall. Rebound. Now controlled by the Langston Lions as Mitchell's been heating up. He's got 6 since coming into the game. Ball in the hands of Roy. Roy inside. Off the glass, can't get it to fall. Amari Brown hits the Jets, getting to the front court. The Lions do a good job of stopping the ball on that play.
Yep.
Brown looking for a crease, tries to set up, contact into the lane. A lot of bodies flying
everywhere. They got to call something now. I mean, I'm seeing bodies flying and people rolling on the floor. I'm like, okay, what's the call?
All right.
They call a walk.
That's what a walk looks like?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure I put that in my mental Rolodex. So going to work again. Waiting for everybody to get back in the game. So Boston Douglas has returned to the game for the Aggies, as well as Caleb Stevens. So on the floor for the Lions, you got Toro Dean, Ronald Mitchell, Anthony Roy, DeMonte Brown, and Kuth. They're going to call a foul.
Nah. Yeah, they call a foul on the floor.
Somebody's shooting two. So it's foul's going to be called against number 20, Boston Douglas. So it says Toro Dean of the line shooting two. So Dean fires, and Dean knocks down the first. He should get one more.
Yeah, he's had a good night at the free throw line so far.
If he could just shoot them all for everybody.
Right.
The Lions are now 4 of 9, just under 50% in free throw shooting in the game thus far. 27-18. And he gets the second one to fall. Lions up by 10, 2:19 to go before the end of the first half. Going to swing it over.
Oh.
Close to half court. Going to fire it. Almost lost balance. Ball in the hands of Stevens. Now gets it back to Greaves. Greaves, trapped on the logo, gets rid of it, unloads to DeMontrell Jones Jr., getting his first action of the game for the Aggies, and he shoots an air ball. It will be Lion basketball with 1:54 to go. So Mosley returns to the game, and coming out right now is Majak Kuth. So Amari Brown returns to the game, and it looks like Sherlock Padmore comes out.
Wow. So Langston now has 5 guards in the game.
5 guards, and it looks like that's a matchup there that Charles Belt wanted to do with the Aggies. As Cortez goes to the box, puts 2 on the board.
And that could also be exactly what Coach Wright is looking for, wanting to go smaller and quicker, giving Cortez the opportunity to play that 4 position where he does get some additional paint touches.
30-18 is the score. Lions up by 12. 10 seconds on the shot clock now. Amari Brown going to walk into a 3 and banks it.
Another one?
Yeah, the bank is open on Saturdays.
Wow.
I didn't know we accept that out here at Langston.
I know, right?
Across the timeline. Bounce pass. Toro Dean gets it to Cortez. Cortez backs in. Spins to the left and draws the contact. Count the basket. Cortez dribbled it in right and then spun left and finished with the left hand. It was beautiful, Gary.
Yes, it was. I mean, that's where Cortez can take you, put you in a blender, spin you around, have you fouling him as he's going to the free throw line to complete the 3-point play.
And that put Cortez in double digits. He's got 11 first half points today.
Yeah.
So in the last 2 halves of basketball, we've seen this young man basically put up 37 points.
Cortez is really, he started the season with a hamstring injury, came on a little bit slow, and he's being asked to do so many different things. But let me tell you, if he gets anywhere around the paint, he scores.
So 51.7 seconds to go. The clock did not start on the inbound play, so they're resetting it. That's what's going on here, folks.
Okay.
33-21 is the score. Lions up by 12. Okay, ball in the hands of Amari Brown now. Ball. Brown has it. Toro Dean covering. Douglas gets it over. Ball back in the hand to the corner. Three-point shot no good. Rebound Anthony Roy. That shot was missed there by DeMontrell Jones. 30 seconds to go, 23 seconds on the shot clock, so there's a 4-second difference. Ball in the logo, Anthony Roy steady dribble. 18 seconds. 10 seconds on the shot clock now. Step back shot by Anthony Roy, draws no rim.
On the
but
follow.
Anthony Brown, DeMonte Brown scores it. 2 seconds.
Yep.
And they're going to throw it away, and that's the end of the first half.
Kansas City as the Super Bowl champion. How do you predict that? Teams with the highest level of character and the highest level of discipline are the ones who usually become victorious in the end.
Back to live action here. So second half, we do see some changes as a more traditional Langston starting lineup is on the floor right now. Toro Dean, Anthony Roy, Ronald Mitchell, DeMonte Brown, and it looks like in this case we're going to start the Cortez Mosley, the forward at the center position. Going to go with the small.
Good rebound by Brown.
And Brown's going to get fouled after picking up that rebound. So team foul number 1. We're barely 20 seconds into the second half, and Aggies putting a foul on the board.
One of the things I love about DeMonte Brown is he's only 6'4", but he has an incredible knack, for the ball, especially when it comes to rebounding. He's undersized, but he's down there with the big guys, and his rebounding stats are pretty awesome.
Ronald Mitchell
Great shot by
catches the inbound pass and puts the biscuit in the basket from deep.
Yeah, Ronald Mitchell, he when he gets hot, he's pretty dangerous, pretty difficult to contend with. Up, double dribble, turnover.
And Amari Brown getting called for the turnover right there, and the Aggies not coming out sharp right now, much to the chagrin of Charles Belt. So the Lions are going to get the ball here as they push the lead up to, I want to say, 17 right now. Cross the screen now. Ball up top. Cortez walks into a three, and he knocks it down.
Wow.
And that's 6 points coming out of the gate, folks. It's now officially a 20-point margin. The Lions have jumped out right away, not wasting any time. 19:06 to go, and we're just getting started here.
Yeah, we got us a mismatch here in the low post. Toro Dean matched up against the big from Panhandle State, but defense is rotating up, steps out of bounds, forced turnover. Langston's basketball.
Sherlock Padmore did not see where the inbounds line was. So it's a 20-point margin right now. Here comes Toro Dean and the Langston Lion offense. Hands off to Anthony Roy, who hands off to DeMonte Brown.
Sherlock Padmore, 6'7" post player from where? Turks and Caicos.
And then Anthony Roy decides to fire a three.
It.
What's going on the east side of the gym, Gary? I mean, that's 9 points in the second half from right there in front of the student section near the Langston locker room.
Well, guys are starting to feel it.
To the corner. Working the ball around is going to draw contact. Anthony Roy is going to foul. Looks like number 24, Boston Douglas.
Oh, they call that on Ronald Mitchell. Wow.
So Ronald Mitchell getting called for the foul at that time. Going to inbound the ball. Now in the hands of Amari Brown.
Go.
Toro Dean knocks it out of his hands. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Langston's defense looks sharp. Amari Brown with the step back three. Short front rims. Cortez Mosley with the rebound. Dean hands off to Brown, who hands off to Roy. He gives it back to Dean. A little bit of the weave right there in front of the logo. Dean goes left. Step back. Shot. Back rim, no good. Rebound pulled down. And then contact's going to be made. They're going to call a foul against Dean.
Yeah.
Didn't give him a chance.
Yep.
Didn't give him airspace to land. So foul number 2 on Dean. 17:40 to go in the game. Going to swing it. Ball in the hand. Bounce pass inside. And then working it around and finally scoring the basket there. Sherlock Padmore
Can you imagine that, Mo?
As Ronald Mitchell fires a three from the other side. He's testing each side of the floor. That one was the shot first. The first three he knocked down was from the left wing.
Right.
That one was from the right corner. I mean, he's just warming up, folks. 47-23 now. Leads up to 25.
Man, they definitely want to get Pat Moore and Toro Dean in the low post.
Make that 24. And then Amari Brown fires a three on his own. Cortez back taps it. Toro Dean controls it. Ball to the left wing. Spin move inside. Cortez Mosley.
Rims out.
Goes glass. Can't get it to fall. Brown pushes tempo here. Langston steps out on him.
Loose ball.
And Toro Dean is going to get called for the foul there. So Toro Dean. So 3 fouls for Dean, and now Sharif Knox comes in, as well as Michael Wright, and also J. Allen Tovar comes in for the Lions. So you've got Ronald Mitchell, Cortez, Knox, Wright, and Tovar on the field, on the court right now. Allen has contact, and they're going to call a foul on the ground, on the floor here.
Number 11.
So looks like going to call on Tovar. So that's number 3 for Tovar.
Yeah, Majak getting ready to check in the game.
So he comes out, and Majak Kuth comes to the game right now. Langston has 4 fouls to the 1 of the Aggies. Handoff. Pull up Jay, no good there for Chevius. Mitchell to the left wing. Swings it up top. Now down inside to Cortez Mosley. Mosley in the lane. Turns and fires. And got his man underneath the goal. There was nothing he could do. Cortez, excellent post player for his size.
Yes.
Take any guard on the block. 49-23. Lead up to 26. Ball in the hands of Douglas. Douglas.
Nice.
Hit the motor.
Move.
Yeah, start and stop move. Timeout called on the floor there. So 15:30 to go. It's a timeout called. Man, the Lions have come out smoking hot in the second half of the game. The 3 ball's been working. Again, controlling the paint and making it difficult, forcing turnovers. I mean, we both kind of called it. Gary, you're saying taking it to the next level on the defensive side of the ball, and it looks like the Lions have done that.
Yeah, they definitely have. Just doing those little things that Coach Wright demands.
Up to 30 points. Let's say you're just up 35 points on the team.
Yeah.
And you don't get back on defense. Is he going to get up and yell?
He'll lose his mind as if he's down by 10. Let me tell you something. I'm just telling you. I mean, I'm just telling you. It does not matter, okay? He strives to coach the perfect game.
All right, Ronald Mitchell hands off to Wright, who gives it back to Dean, who weaves over to the right wing, bounce pass to Kuth. Over to Dean. Dean stutter steps, gets it back to Kuth, gets it back to Dean. Dean wants to swing it to Wright. Wright pulls up for a jump shot and knocks down a 3 from the left wing.
Great adjustment by Wright. I mean, that pass came to him a little wide. He was able to get his feet square and still raise up and drain the 3 ball. Michael Wright, 6'7" wingman out of Illinois, 3 ball assassin.
Going to work right now.
Ribs out.
Shot no good. Rebound. And still fighting for it. It will be Aggie basketball.
Sharif Knox. Good to have him back. He's been through a tough year physically. He broke his nose, broke his fingers. I mean, he's clearly the enforcer. He's that guy on the hockey team that kind of like skates around and gets, see there, see another guy on the ground, Sharif Knox.
Yeah, exactly. Sharif does not manage.
Yeah.
And when you talk about that, I know it's not a positive thing to say somebody acts like Draymond Green.
He's Draymond. He's our version of Draymond Green.
But what I'm saying here is the positive aspects of being an enforcer, getting in your face, disruptive. not taunting and stepping on people. That's
he doesn't do that.
So that's what I said. The positive aspects of an enforcer.
Yeah.
Am I going to get in trouble for that in broadcasting school by saying a positive?
No, it's positive. I mean, every good basketball team has that guy. If you think about every team, championship level team, they have that guy. Bird had Parrish, right? And
Chief.
And then Lambeer, when those guys played, for Detroit, right? With Isaiah and all of those guys, those guys that just know how to get in there and battle, They're just tough, hard-nosed guys. I
missed that level of the game.
Yeah.
I do. Kuth hands off to Ronald Mitchell. Mitchell swings it to the outside. Michael Wright going to get it back on top to Mitchell, who swings it to the left wing to Toro Dean. Dean draws a double team and then fires it out to Ronald Mitchell, and he misses his
Michael
first.
Wright gets the rebound.
Wright was there, and the ball's going to get pinned on the goal. So it will be considered are they going to call a foul?
What they call? Okay, called a foul. They did.
So on Sherlock Padmore, so a timeout's been called on the field right now.
Oakley,
So now, going to work, you just have to get back on the routine and finish the way and the same desire and hunger.
Right.
So do you have any concerns, because it's not that it has been easy for this team by any stretch of the imagination, but any concern, Gary, about them, taking their foot off the gas a little bit? Michael Wright misses the first free throw.
Yeah, there's always that concern. I mean, that's what keeps Coach up at night, right? So this team has come together. None of these guys, before coming to Langston, had success at their previous colleges at this level. So when you talk about, a winning mindset, they're in the process of learning that mindset, right? Because they're having that success. And with that, they have to understand that in order for you to keep pushing and going to the next level, you can't take those moments to relax, because, you've achieved something that you've never achieved before. You've got to have that hunger to keep going, and they're learning that right now.
Okay, Michael Wright goes 1 of 2 at the free throw line. We're now on the ensuing possession for the Aggies. Shot no good. Dean has the rebound. Dean gets it over to Mitchell. Mitchell inside to Kuth on a no-look pass. Couldn't get it to drop. Amari Brown ends up with the rebound. Brown pushes it. And a deep three-point shot from the parking lot, fired away by Chevius.
Rebound Michael Wright.
But Michael Wright ended up picking it up there. So in the second half of this one right now, the Lions have been able, getting the ball down low to Sharif Knox. He can't get it to fall there. And they're still fighting. Knox ends up with it after the extra effort displayed by Majok. And finally, Michael Wright fires another three. Right on time.
Man, I tell you what, that has to be frustrating when they bring in three-point shooter after three-point shooter. And then you got guys like Michael Wright, 6'7", transfer from Chicago, Illinois, comes in and he drains the threes when he gets in.
So a timeout's called on the floor right now. But when you're talking about, scoring the ball, you're talking about moving the ball, you're pushing the lead to 31, and then you got big shooting threes.
Right.
I mean, that's what you have.
Smallest player.
Yeah.
And after that, you got Ron Mitchell and you got Devontae Brown. They're both 6'4".
Right. So when you start looking at this roster does not have a 5 anything on it.
Right.
Not under 6 feet. When I meant 5, you get a 6'5" guy.
Yeah,
but
but not a 5'6" guy.
Not a 5'6" guy.
Right. Yeah.
And again, that's how amazing it is to watch what Chris Wright has done to this roster.
Right.
Because he's went and got the pieces that he needs. I mean, it's the guy who wants to cook the ultimate dish, who went and found the pieces that he needs to compete. Sharif Knox goes extra effort.
Play by Knox.
That's the play that you don't see in the stats that Sharif Knox brings to this team, and they're going to catch Tez with steps there.
Yeah, he took 2 steps after he pulled the ball up. He wanted to pass it, but he just couldn't get himself situated.
So Gary, how impressed have you been overall with the roster change that Chris Wright has done with this program? I mean, it's phenomenal because, again, you could talk about all the work and all those things, but to see it happen in real time here and see Langston playing at a completely different level, it was just a year ago at this time. Nobody thought that they were going to be as good as they were. Now this year, that bar has been, raised to another level.
Right.
Shot missed, rebound Cortez.
Well, let me say this. I loved last year's team, with DJ Rainey and those guys, Anthony White. I love last year's team. And partly because
inside his Brown scores.
Partly because that was the team that took us from basically having an unwinnable type program to being a program that put us on the national scene. So I'm partial towards those guys. But what I love what he's done with this group of guys is he's brought in guys who he can actually go 10 and 12 deep.
Right.
And be impactful and rotate guys in. And he has a lot of fouls to give. And they all understand what it is that's going to need to be done in order for us to be successful.
All right, Cortez Mosley has his shot blocked. And on the other end, that should have been goaltending there. No call. We're going to push the ball. Ball in the hands now. Cortez. And then gives it up to Mitchell, who fires a three. He couldn't get it to fall. Rebound pulled down by DeMontrell Jones Jr. So big-time play overall going on here by the Aggies and the Lions. 10:37 to go. Ball to the right wing, swung back on top there. Stevens drives in the lane, draws contact, and foul's going to be called against Sharif Knox there. So looking this thing over, 10:29 to go, 58-25. To the free throw line goes Caleb Stevens. Gary, you were just talking about the roster.
Right.
I don't think people truly understand that during the COVID year, Langston almost had nobody here.
You're right. They didn't have anybody here. And so when Coach Wright came in, he brought guys with him, and he had to bring even more. And now he's faced with looking at this current roster and the number of players that are graduating, and he's going to have to bring in even more for next year. He's going to need to replace 10 players.
Right.
And I'm talking about 10 significant
I just
players.
want to say this about Chris Wright right now.
Right.
Most coaches would be losing their mind about what's going to happen next year.
Yeah.
Chris Wright looks at it as an opportunity.
Yeah. Each year he gets to rebuild the team. Each year he gets to try. His biggest challenge is recruiting guys who are culture guys, right, who understand his culture. And that's the reason why he's so glad to have guys like Sharif Knox coming back, and that he's also bringing in guys who have played with him in the past. Like, for instance, we just got a transfer that came in, and I'm blanking on his name right now, but he was a mid-semester transfer from Talladega, who is a Tulsa native. So that's a young man that is going to be a guy who is a culture guy. And so, Coach Wright, he kind of knows what he's doing. He understands that when you bring in these Division I guys, they come in with a lot of talent, but they also come in with, a little bit of baggage, right? You kind of have to work them through the fact that, I know you were at Division I, wherever you are, but now you're here at Langston University, and we do things differently. And he has to convince them and sell them on doing things that are necessary to win championships, because where they came from, they wasn't winning a whole lot of championships. And there's a reason why they're no longer at the Division I level and that they're here.
58-29 is our score, 9:50 to go. Across the timeline, now goes Toro Dean back in the hands of Paul Turner. And Tovar, who's back in the game now. Tovar with 3 fouls, jumps, and passes it over to Dean, who can't knock down the 3. Ball's back, tapped out, returned, or controlled as Turner inside, pulls up with the free throw jump shot.
Get in there.
It touches every part of the rim, but does not go in. And still fighting for it is
DeMonte
Brown.
Look at
Putting
Brown.
all that effort in, and it's still going to be Aggies' ball. But that's the type of ball we're talking about. I know we haven't talked about what was on the court for a few minutes here,
right.
But that's the type of play that if you are trying to win a national championship, that's the type of play you got to have. Doesn't matter what the score is, the effort remains the same.
Right. If you bust your butt and you're giving maximum effort, good things happen. It just does. Good things just happen to guys who put forth the effort, period.
Taki Chivias just drove the lane and drew a foul for contact there and scored the basketball. So it will be 58-29 is the score. He has a chance to knock the lead back down to 28. And he does just that. It's a 28-point margin. Lions up big. Toro Dean across the timeline now. Ball in the hands right. Back to Brown, back to Dean. Dean dribbling on the logo with 8:52 left to go in the second half of this one. Turner. Sidestep shot, no good. Rebound pulled down by Vyson Miller. Amari Brown swings it over to Miller. Up top, Amari Brown being covered by DeMonte Brown. Inside on the power game goes number 15 for them. That's Sherlock Padmore. Padmore's going to go to the free throw line shooting 2 following the call. I think that's on, is that on Tovar?
Yep.
So he just fouled out.
He just fouled out. And see, that's normally Sharif Knox. But
he never liked it. There was never a game he didn't like.
Right. Yeah. Sharif's like, hey, my job is to use all my fouls. Okay. But 8:17, that's a little early. Got a question for you. Okay. So I'm looking at Sherlock Padmore II, and he's from Turks and Caicos.
Mm-hmm.
I just got to ask the question. Can you imagine what went through his mind when he got to Goodwill, Oklahoma? I mean, for real. He went from the beautiful Turks and Caicos, where the water is blue and the sand is white, and it's hot every day.
Yeah,
warm every day.
Every day.
Right now in Turks and Caicos, I promise you, it's about 80 degrees.
You're probably right, Gary.
And he's up in the Panhandle, and I know it's cold up there.
It is. You know it is. As Toro Dean has the ball now, going to get the ball on the box to Cortez, and Cortez wheels and deals into the lane and scores a basket. Cortez has got to be near, or right near
20.
He's got to be 19 points in the second half of this one. 7:52 to go in the game. And I'm going to point this out. Maybe you just want that so you can concentrate on your game. Maybe that's why you do that. I don't have another answer for you other than that, Gary, that would make any sense.
Woo! Michael Wright.
Michael Wright knocks down another three-point shot. That will put him in double digits. He'll have 10 on the afternoon. 7:30 to go as the Lions have pushed the lead to 30. And this time, foul's going to be probably called on Cortez.
So how many points does Michael Wright have?
10.
10. So, here's one of the things, and he's a shooter, okay? And I had a conversation with Coach about him. I said, Coach, Michael Wright, 6'7", he's long, and I said he can shoot it from all over the arc. I said, so, why isn't he in the starting lineup? Just out of curiosity. And you know what Coach told me?
What did he tell you?
He said, well, defense. You got to play defense. You got to play defense. If you want to break in with me, you got to play defense.
Okay.
You got to break in with me, you got to play D.
Doesn't mean I don't like you.
Don't mean I don't like you. Don't mean I can't use you. But your minutes are strongly dictated by your ability to play defense and rebound.
We're talking about a 6'7" junior.
6'7" junior transfer in, and he can shoot it from everywhere.
Chevius knocks down his shot.
But Coach Wright does not care about your ability to score. He wants defense because he knows defense wins championships, period.
That's right. Swinging the ball over to the left-hand side of the court, left wing. Brown going to turn around a difficult falling shot, and he got that one to fall. How did he do it?
Well, all these guys can shoot.
Okay,
that's not the issue.
He will become the third line in double-digit scoring right now.
I'm curious to know how many rebounds he has.
So going to work here. Michael Wright covering.
Yep, focusing on that defense. Way to go, Mike. Good job.
Amari Brown now dribbling on Ronald Mitchell, and Amari Brown drives to the lane. It's going to be blocked off the glass. They're going to call a foul. So to answer your question on how many rebounds does Toro Dean have?
No, DeMonte Brown.
DeMonte Brown? Okay. DeMonte Brown has a total of 5 rebounds, but 4 of those are offensive.
Wow.
Those are the hardest ones to get.
Second chance rebounds.
That's right.
And how many points does he have?
He's in double digits, the third line with 11.
Okay. 6:33 left. 65-36. The margin is getting wider.
2 free throws fall that time for Amari Brown. Across the timeline. New Lion player Matthew Cooper's in the game for the first time today. So Chivy is getting called with the foul, so it will be Langston Ball underneath their baseline goal. Bounce pass inside, ball fake by Tez. See if Tez takes him.
Yeah, that ball ain't coming out.
Tez turns around and fires it into the corner, driving in, pulling up. And finally, I thought Michael Wright was going to finish that one. Ball ends up missed shot and then going to the basket this time and getting hit by several Lions. Driving the lane there was Caleb Stevens. Who will get the foul on this time?
20.
Foul called against Charles Gauthier, who just got into the lineup. First free throw is a miss. You know, this is one of those stats, Gary, when you start looking at things. Panhandle's been to the free throw line 19 times. Make that 20 times, and they're going to be 12 of 19 overall. So their shooting percentage from the free throw line will be just about 60%.
That's not good. DeMonte Brown
fires one from deep. Can't get it to fall, but going to work. Shot from the corner and knocks it down. Michael Wright again. Oh, Michael Wright is dealing right now. Wright has 13 on the night.
Oh, we got a mismatch in the low post.
And they're going to call offensive foul. Nice job that time.
Yeah.
Tremendous job by Matthew Cooper.
I mean, all 5'9" of him.
Sherlock.
Freshman.
Sherlock Padmore.
Padmore 6'7".
I know, but he was backing him in.
Yeah.
But nice job there by Matthew Cooper, one of those small freshmen that's on the floor from San Angelo, Texas.
Right.
Into the lane.
Mosley.
How did he do it? Cortez Mosley now with a smooth 23 on the night.
Yeah, he's been simply on fire. And it couldn't happen to a better kid at the right time, let me tell you. Rebound, Langston Lions.
So the Lions get the rebound now, going to throw it up. Turnover. Ball picked up by Amari Brown. Amari Brown on the left wings. 4:28 to go. Brown swings it. Bounce pass inside. Going to kick it out. Amari Brown for three. Front rim no good. Lions trying to get the rebound. Can't do it. And they're chasing down the loose ball. Here comes Tez and the Lions. Under 4 minutes to go. Substitutions now.
Turner in for Wright.
So also into the game now is Ethan Wiley. Greaves. And there's a timeout on the floor. Okay, so we're going to sit there and try to. I'm sitting there going, well, why are the players going the opposite direction? So it is supposed to be
Coach Wright's pretty upset.
Okay. Again, the officials, it's a full timeout. So, again, the officials are upset. Coach Wright is upset because they didn't either acknowledge the timeout, and they're going to call a technical foul against Coach Wright.
But either way it goes, it's still a thrashing.
It is.
Yeah.
So at the free throw line now, going to shoot these free throws is Joe Greaves.
And he missed.
Front rims that one. Langston student section letting him have it. And he misses both of them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know who the young man is with the orange polo pullover down there, but he's the heckler of the game. I mean, we look for him every home game, and trust me, he takes great joy in letting the visiting team have it nonstop, girls and boys.
Yeah, heckler.
Yeah, he's a heckler.
So Greaves is going to fire a three-point, and
Turn
again,
on the rebound. Look at him, yeah.
And he's still talking to him. He is the only thing he's missing is a hat and a suit. He'd be Spike Lee.
Oh, man.
In terms of the way he's ravishing and relishing in this moment. But anyway, bounce pass inside. Paul Turner drives inside, and the senior can't score at that time. Chasing down the rebound, that time is Vyson Miller.
Yeah, we're trying to get Turner on the stat line. I'm telling you, he's a guy who does so many things well for the Lions.
Bounce pass inside, beautiful shot and score by Vyson Miller there. Lead is down to 30, 3 minutes and 5 seconds to go. Across the timeline now. Steady dribble above the circle, bounce pass inside to Brown. Brown up fakes into the lane and draws contact. Team foul number 4. So substitution as Ronald Mitchell comes in the game. Ball in the hands now of Cortez Mosley, who gets into the lane and spin and shoots a beautiful shot.
God.
Give him a quarter.
Man, that's 25.
Lion lead at 32 points, 2.5 to go. Ten seconds on the shot clock before that one's let go. Rebound and put back is good for Ethan Wiley, who picks up the shot, the missed shot by Demontrell Jones, and then scores it, does Ethan Wiley.
Yeah, 72-42. Panhandle down by 30.
Ball on top, going to swing it to the left wing. Then Brown goes glass.
Brown goes glass.
Now he has 13 on the night. Ball on the blocks, knocked loose, recovered there by Jones. Turner covering him. Now Tez is stepping out, so is Michael Wright. Into the lane, and then shot from three-point shot is good for Chevius. So Chevius is the high flyer for the Aggies. He's got 11, Brown with 10, and Miller with 10. Mitchell wheels into the lane, and then fires it out as Miller has it. Then he turns and fires.
Rebound Mosley.
Mosley gets it up there and
fouled.
Draws contact. And I said Miller, I meant Mitchell. He had fired that last shot. Under a minute to go in this contest, 47-62 is the score. And we were talking about shooting percentages, Gary, some things that would continue to improve. And remember, we said Panhandle was shooting right around 46% from three in the first half of in this game. They're now shooting in the game for three-pointers 31%. 7 of 22. And as that percentage went down, I said the other things that we saw would go up as Cortez scores that. They were shooting right around 30 to 40% from field goals. That dipped all the way down to 28.9%. So the Aggies cooled off and the Lions heated up. And the ball down low into the blocks. And contact. And they're going to score the basket for number 22, Ethan Wiley, who scores the ball. So 76-47 it is now.
31 seconds.
So Wiley at the free throw line right now.
Completes the three-point play.
So completes that. So 31.6 seconds to go. Ronald Mitchell's going to bring it across the timeline. There is about a 1 second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. So theoretically, this could be the last possession of the game. As Brown fires a three, doesn't get it to fall there. The ball goes out of bounds. And Brown's still trying to understand why he didn't get the free throw or get called for he was fouled when he shot the three.
Because you up by 29.
Is that what that is? You telling me they swallowed the whistle on a certain thing?
Yeah, they trying to get this thing over with.
So the ball is in. And 9 seconds on the clock. Shot clock is off, and that will be the final play of the game. As Langston wins by the score of 76-48. And I want to point this out, Gary.
Yeah.
That when we were talking about the rebounds for the game, Panhandle had 29 rebounds. Remember, they only had 12, so they rebounded better in the second half. Langston